Did you know if we go back to 800 years ago, we can find someone who is probably able to change the way you look at your life today? That is amazing. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. I'm Arspus, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about Rumi. I personally think sometimes it is important to look back in history and learn about the lives of important figures. Some of them can still inspire us. People studying philosophy in university often read books by Plato and Aristotle or other Greek philosophers. You might already know about these big guys who lived around 2,500 years ago. But the thing is, they still inspire people today. Rumi is definitely one of those people. He was born in 1207 in the Persian Empire. So we're talking about someone who lived and died about 8 centuries ago. But who was Rumi and why is he so important today? At first, I was going to say that Rumi was one of the greatest Persian poets. But then I realized Rumi wasn't just a poet. Poetry was a tool in his hands to convey the most fundamental facts of life. Sometimes he discussed epistemology, some other times he delved into philosophy. And he did all of this using a powerful tool, poetry and beautiful stories. I mean, the combination of these two things, poetry and beautiful stories. Before I delve further into Rumi's story, if you enjoy this type of content and you would like to support me, you can subscribe to my channel. This way, you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you are enjoying this video, feel free to smash the like button. Thank you. Uh, so I believe, so I believe Rumi was a poet, but his thoughts go beyond the poetry. He was a philosopher, but his ideas surpasses mere philosophy. He wasn't a prophet of God or something, but rather a wise, all-knowing spiritual scholar. He utilized poetry and stories to convey the profound meaning of our observation in the physical world and our understanding of metaphysics. Additionally, he taught us about morality, ethics, and humanity. But one important question: why is Rumi so important today? Yes, we are all living in the third millennium, surrounded by the modernism and technology. However, I personally believe in many cases it is the modernism and technology that control us rather than us managing them. Sometimes I think that if technology isn't controlled by our mind and soul, it can lead to feeling of inferiority, banality, and vulgarity of the majority of the people. At the time of recording this video, wars are raging in different corners of the world. It's been more than 2 years since Russia invaded Ukraine, and there's ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. Tragically, tens of thousands of innocent women and children are being killed in these wars. So, if you believe that living in a high tech world has increased our wisdom, humanity, and morality compared to our ancestors, perhaps you should reconsider our situation today. You might find yourself asking, why, if we are supposedly more moral than our ancestors, are we still out there killing each other? Isn't it because people are only considering their own interest? Alright, let's return to Rumi. He was born in Balkh in the eastern part of the Persian Empire. During his time, there was the Mongol invasion of Persia, and Mesopotamia. However, Rumi, whose original name was Jalaluddin Muhammad Balkhi, escaped from that invasion because people didn't need passports to cross borders between countries. They lived in a borderless world, a world without border. That is beautiful, isn't it? It reminds me of one of the, you know, that Irish singer. I forgot about his name. It was Chris de Burgh, I think, and he sang a song about this borderless country and borderless world, and that was very beautiful. I forgot it. If you know the name, you can write it down in the comment, and maybe I can go and find it and listen to that music, beautiful music on YouTube. Okay, let's get back to Rumi again. He embarked to a significant journey with his family. First, they moved to the western part of the Persian Empire, uh, which is present day Iraq. Then they traveled south at the Kaaba in Mecca, which is located right now in Saudi Arabia. And afterward, Rumi headed north, crossing the Red Sea's eastern side, and he entered to Jordan and Syria before he finally arrived in Turkey. Then he settled in the city of Konya for the rest of his life. There wasn't a country named Turkey or Turkey at that time, talking about 800 years ago. The land of Anatolia was under the rule of the Caesars in the Eastern Roman Empire. People living in that area were mostly Persians, Armenians, Greeks, and Romans. That is why Maulana Jalaluddin is referred to as Rumi, today, which means from Rome in Persian. In Persian, Rumi means from Rome, okay? It reflects his association with Anatolian region under Roman rules, the Eastern Roman Empire. The main book written by Rumi is called the Masnavi. It is filled with inspiring spiritual stories that told powerful meaning about life. The Masnavi is a blend of love and wisdom containing techniques on morality and ethics. Well, I have it just right here. That is this book. Well, I don't know if you can see it, the camera or not, but this is the Masnavi, the most important book of Rumi. Another famous book by Rumi is called The Ghazaliyat of Shams, which only focuses on love. Personally, I found it even more beautiful than the Masnavi, but at the same time, it can be more challenging and difficult to understand. In the Ghazaliyat of Shams, Rumi sometimes talks about the ordinary love that we experience in our lives, but he actually refers to the eternal love. By eternal love, I mean the love for God. Rumi remains important today, my friends. He's very, very important. And his main book, the Masnavi, is the second most sold poetry book in the United States. That is amazing. Yes, it is the most second sold poetry book in the whole United States, even today. I'm honored to be as a part of your journey in interpreting Rumi's stories in innovative ways. Let's explore together and uncover new insights that will surely captivate and inspire. Do not hesitate to ask your questions in the comments below. In the next video, I try to start with the first word of the first verse of Rumi, and that is listen. It's a very, very important word, and that is listen. It's very important. Come on, man. It's very important. Why is it important? That listen. I mean, that is the word. I mean, the first word of the first verse of the book, the biggest book of Rumi. Because everybody is talking in this word. Right now, there are billions of frequencies of voices passing through us, from different ways, uh, from different people, actually. And they cannot be heard, but first, before we start speaking, we have to learn how to listen. Listen to the music of the word, and then we learn a lot from it, and we have a lot of time for talking. So, in order to be eligible to talk about the most fundamental things in the life, in order to be able to complain about something, in order to pass judgment about something, first we have to learn how to listen. And that listening is very, very important. And that is why uh, Rumi starts his book, I mean, the most important book, Masnavi, with that word. Listen. Listen to me. How I complain. He does not say the same verse. In the next video, I will actually cover the whole verse, and I will try to I will try to interpret that verse. But yes, it's about complaining about the separation of our soul from the other humans. But before that, we have to listen. We have to listen to some specific music. And by that music, I don't mean the musical instrument. I have a musical instrument just behind myself. You can see it just right here. This is also music, but we also have another type of music, which is the music of the whole universe. That is the music of the whole world, and that is very, very important. So, uh, I think we have to start a big journey together, and I need your help and support. So I hope to catch you soon, my friends. So peace out and wait for my next video. Thank you and take good care. Peace.